My name is Randall. This is my wife Tina. We bought an '04 Hyundai Elantra. Bought a '06 Yamaha Banshee 350 the last year made. So love the bike, love the car. Both have run great, perfectly the whole time. It wasn't anything like a high pressure kind of situation where they were rushing out there to kind of get you in the first car you seen kind of thing. They wanted to definitely let you take the time and find out what car that was going to be right for you. Like I said, no pressure at all. They were more than happy and willing to work with you in any situation that you have. You know, bankruptcies, you know, any kind of financial situations, they're there to help. So.
It's been great. I love the car. I drive it every day. We live in Cedar. I work in Hurricane. I drive it up and down that mountain every day. I've never had a problem. Gas mileage is awesome compared to what I had before. I had a huge SUV, so now having a little Hyundai, it's been awesome. I love it. So, and St. George Auto Gallery is always, anytime we have any questions, any problems, anything, they're always right there to help with anything. Doing our payments online, they help me walk through how to set everything up so that we can just do it that way so we don't always have to mail or go into the shop or whatever. So it's been great.
Well, simply the fact that we didn't have to be denied, for one, because of our credit situations. I mean, I had a shop that went under due to the economy, kind of forced us to file a bankruptcy again. They're right there willing to help, made getting into a car very simple and easy. I've always been there to help us every step of the way. So.
My name's Damon Stralow, and I remember I was looking for a car when I went to St. George Auto Gallery, and I was driving this little Ford Ranger. We were trying to fit, me and 3 other people in it, and so we're going down the boulevard, and I see this place on the left. So I figure I'll stop by, see what they have to offer. My credit wasn't all that great, so I had lost my business because of the recession. And so I didn't think there was any way I was going to get financed on a car or truck. So we stopped in. He told me to look around, and I told Adrian, I said, well, my credit's not very good, so let's talk financing before we go ahead and, start looking at cars. And he says, that won't be a problem. So we start looking. We test drove the little Ford Focus I'm driving, and next thing you know, he comes out, he says, well, you're approved. They worked with me for my down payment. As far as the service goes, it was fantastic. I had some issues with the car. I'd say probably about 3 months after I owned it. And I told him, I was going to have an issue making the payment because, I couldn't afford the repairs and stuff. And he said, just go ahead and we'll send you to a mechanic. He'll go ahead and get it taken care of for you, that we can work it out later. Made my payment, and it's been really good. So as far as the buying experience goes, I definitely buy from them again. I tell all my friends at work about them because as far as the interest rate, it's way cheaper than anyone else in town. And the service is amazing. They're really friendly when you go in and make your payment. They work with you, and they're just really great to work with. I've actually sent a friend from work down there, and they ended up buying a car. So as far as St. George Auto Gallery, I definitely send my friends, family, anybody to, and buy a car if they want to be treated right. So.
Hi, my name is Jesse, and I just recently financed my first little truck through Adrian at the Auto Gallery. I was really excited. I was actually skeptical because it was that easy. I didn't have to jump through hoops and be let down with false promises. I just needed a small down payment, proof of a job and my license, and it was a go. They actually had the truck that I wanted, a little Ford Ranger XLT V6 standard, and that made it really easy. I didn't have a bunch of salesmen jumping out of the place trying to come and snatch me up. I was able to take my time and able to drive the truck, and I popped the hood and actually, gave it a look through and noticed the battery was just a little dusty, so he actually threw in a battery for me, and I thought that was really neat. And the service is great. Whatever you ask, they'll try to do their best to help you out with that. I actually locked myself out of the truck today at Wendy's. And Adrian actually drove down and opened the truck up for me so I can get back to work. Buying this truck is going to benefit me because it's going to actually start me out with good credit. I was never able to finance anything. I always needed a co-signer, and unfortunately I never had the opportunity to finance. So with Auto Gallery I was able to do so. Now when I get this truck paid off, I'll be able to have that credit that I need to maybe even someday buy a home. Definitely more on a personal level. You feel like your family with the Auto Gallery instead of just a customer, and I think that means a lot when you're dealing with a vehicle, because vehicle is your lifeline. It's what you need to survive in this world. It's what you need for a job and to make ends meet, and so it's definitely better at a personal level. It's easy for me. I work right around the corner from Auto Gallery, so it's very easy to come in and make a payment instead of sending it off. You don't have to worry about the mail or what time it's going to be there or if it even gets lost. So that feature helps out a lot. Yeah, I asked if I could put my mother into the to finance the truck with me, and she was able to, so that's going to help her credit out in the long run as well. And she'll actually probably be coming back to get a car with Auto Gallery also. The overall experience has been wonderful. I mean, I've been wanting to finance a nice little truck before. I mean, I haven't even owned anything with air conditioning, and the truck that they had was just perfect. It was everything I was looking for.
We're David and Dina Barnum. We purchased a vehicle from St. George Auto Gallery, and we've been very happy and pleased with it.
We needed a car that would run. Our old van kind of broke down on us, and we were desperate. We had to get something right away, and they were there for us when we needed them.
The program benefited us quite a bit because my credit was very poor. Both of our credit was very, very poor, and we did, at the time we needed a vehicle that we could count on to get around. We just moved to the area not too long before we bought the vehicle, and Adrian and his crew was there to give us a hand and get us in a vehicle and get us on our way.
We did have a slight error, something wrong with the car. It was an oxygen sensor or something that had gone wrong, and they went ahead and sent us down to a mechanic and got it fixed right away.
I would refer St. George Auto Gallery to family, friends, anybody that's in the need of a good, reliable vehicle.
We go down there and make our payments, and as I'm walking out, if there's someone on the lot, I always say, they're really good people in there, buy a car. My husband was without a job for about 6 to 7 weeks, and they worked with us, and not being able to make the payments right away, we were able to go in and make the payment a little bit later, and they were really good to us. We would most definitely recommend St. George Auto Gallery. We've had nothing but wonderful experiences there, and they're always very friendly.
My name is Martha Barton, and I bought a car from St. George Auto Gallery a year and a half ago, and I had a great experience. Adrian treated me with respect. I was a first-time buyer, and it was the first time I've ever bought a car alone. I was greeted right away with a handshake, and they're great. When you walk in there to pay your payments, or if you've got a problem, they're right there to take care of it for you. They say they're going to fix something when you buy the car. It's always fixed, and it's done respectfully and in time, and a very timely manner. And just enjoyed the work that's been done and the things that they've done for me. Well, I always recommend you guys. I've recommended you to several of my friends, and they've enjoyed their cars that they've bought also. Chevy Malibu Classic 05. I love it.
Well, the program benefit me by being able to just get around, being able to have a truck, to help me get from work to home to wherever I was going. And it benefited me in the fact that now my girlfriend and her kids have a car to drive around while I go to work, so it helped out a lot. I had some repairs in my truck that needed to be done. They followed through with everything, and my truck runs great now. I would definitely recommend St. George Auto Gallery to my family or my friends. I've had a sister and a friend that have been through them, and another one I've already recommended to go there if he wants a vehicle. So my total buying experience has been superb, been excellent. Everything that I've needed, they've been there to help, and I don't have the best credit, so it's helped me out a lot. I definitely have somebody go there.
Well, I went to St. George Auto Gallery. My wife and I were looking for a vehicle, a second vehicle, a truck mostly for work. We drove by the boulevard, stopped in, looked at a nice truck that we liked, went in, talked to Adrian, asked him how the finances were, if he could help us out. My credit wasn't all that great. He says, well, come on in, let's talk about it. A few minutes later, I was into a vehicle, the one I needed for work, a nice truck, no problems. Everything was perfect, courteous, kind, and fast. And they helped me out and got me into the right budget for the truck. My buying experience was excellent. I mean, I'd go in there, I asked them the price range, how it was, and my payments were low, and it fit perfect, so it was excellent. The program benefited me by getting into the truck. It's a work truck that I needed, got me on my way, and it budgeted me out perfect to where we both have a vehicle now. I asked them if they would fix something for me on the truck, and they did it with no problem right there and then, with no questions asked. I would recommend it to anybody who needed a car, low budget. If the credit's not perfect, St. George Auto Gallery will certainly help you out. And I've recommended it to friends and family. It was great. I was at first a little leery because of my credit, went in there, and they treated me like family. I would walk in, and it was like they knew me for years. And they said no problem, and it was perfect. It was great.
I totally loved it because we only had one vehicle, and now I get, my car back. He's got, his vehicle. They were very simple to work with. They were very easy. They were very nice. They work with you no matter, what your financial situations are. I would recommend it to anybody.